Hello students, welcome to the English class. Well students, we are almost over with the Flamingo chapters, whatever chapters are prescribed in our syllabus by CBSE. We are almost over, we are actually over with all the prose chapters, isn't it? Only one poem is remaining from the Flamingo, that is Aunt Jennifer's Tiger. Remaining all the prose is over. Okay, for the this recently few days we have been doing with writing skills and reading skills, and I hope you have understood the explanation of the entire thing. So what I have planned is that from for few days before starting off with the next few chapters from Vistas, I would like to revise and recapitulate some of the chapters, the old chapters which we have done at the beginning of the session, okay, in the month of April and May. Okay, now during those days we have done with last lesson, Lost Spring, you must have remembered, and the line by line explanation was not done on those chapters. So what I have done, what I have given you is that some PPT video I have provided, isn't it, where I have told you which lines are important. I have given the question answers of almost all the chapters, right? So, from today onwards, I am starting the recapitulation of the old chapters. So, what I will be doing is that I will be going somewhat line by line explanation of those chapters, and in between the explanation, I am also going to stress upon some of the important questions that have repeatedly come in the board exams, okay, from those particular chapters. So, I will make you underline those lines, which lines are very much important, okay, which would help you out in your board exams, right? So today we will start with our first chapter from Flamingo, that is the last lesson, okay? So if you have the book in front of you, please open the book, okay, and take out your pencil, and we are going to see all the important lines and the important questions that are there in this chapter, right? Okay, so let's start. The last lesson, who is the author of the last lesson? Alfonso Daudet. Now, you know that in your question paper, the question paper format that has been given in the revised syllabus, part A consists of MCQ. And from there, the MCQ, you know that from prose also, MCQ will be asked in the literature part, okay? So therefore it is very, very important that you should remember, or you should memorize the name of the authors of each and every chapter, okay? So because it can come that name the author of the chapter, or the lesson, or the story, okay? So this way questions are very likely to come, okay? Why would I say likely? I am sure that questions such like this will come, okay? So we have the first chapter, the last lesson, where the author is Alfonso Daudet, okay? Now let's continue with the chapter. Well, here we know that the chapter starts with little Franz, who was not willing to go to the school because his teacher M. Hamel would be asking him about some of the grammar, French grammar, like participles, okay? And he was really afraid of his teacher M. Hamel. So we have started with, the story starts like this. I started for school very late that morning and was in great dread of a scolding, especially because M. Hamel had said that he would question us on participles, and I did not know the first word about them. For a moment I thought of running away and spending the day out of doors. It was so warm, so bright. The birds were chirping at the edge of the woods, and in the open field back of the sawmill the Prussian soldiers were drilling. It was all much more tempting than the rule for participles, but I had the strength to resist and hurried off to school. Okay, so you all know the story here. We have already seen that little Franz, he was very much afraid to go to school. He was late to school that particular morning. Why? Because his teacher, whose name was Amhamel, was about to ask some participles, okay? That was what that was the thing that was decided the previous day. So he did not want to go to the school because he was afraid of the scolding of Amhamel. Dreaded means he was afraid of his teacher. Okay, he was afraid of his scolding, and he does not know anything about participles. Okay, because he does not know the first word about them. Participles, he had no idea what is this French participle. So he knew that he is not able to, or he won't be able to answer the questions, and he will be scolded or punished. Okay, so he thought it would be better to spend the day outdoors. Okay, so he thought it would be better to spend the day in the bright, under the bright sunshine, to listen to the chirping birds, to see the Prussian soldiers drilling. Okay, that would be much more interesting than going to the school and attending or getting the what we can say, the this of course the scolding and the rebukes of his teacher. Right, so from this particular part, one question has come very often. The name, write down the question. Okay, if you have the pencil by your side, please write down the question. The question is, why did France not want to go to school that day? The question is, why did France not want to go to school that day? Okay, this is a 2 marks question, and it has come in the year 2017, 2015. These are the years when this question had come. Okay, so of course this question is important. So what would be the answer of this question? Here the answer is, France did not wanted to go to the school that morning. Why? Because M. Hamel had said that he would question them on participles. This us will become them on participles, and France did not know even the first word about them. So he does not know about that participle, and France was very much afraid of the scolding of his teacher. Okay, since the boy did not know even the first word about them, so he feared the scolding from his teacher. Okay, he rather wanted to enjoy the bright day. Okay, wanted to listen to the chirping of the birds, and wanted to see the drill of the Prussian soldiers. So this was the reason why France did not want to go to the school that day. Okay, now next, when I passed the town hall, there was a crowd in front of the bulletin board. For the last 2 years, all our bad news had come from there. The lost battles, the draft, the orders of the commanding officer. And I thought to myself, without stopping, what can be the matter now? So France, though he does not wanted to go to the school, but still he hurried off to the school. Okay, so why? Because of course these things were very much tempting, but then he have to go to the school. Okay, because he cannot be very late to the school. So when he was passing the town hall, which is again a very important paragraph, when he was passing the town hall, he found a crowd outside in front of it, and they were all seeing the bulletin board. And it is being said, for the last 2 years, all the bad news had come in the bulletin board. Means what? All the bad news about their village or about their country had been hung up into that bulletin board. Okay, so what were the bad news? Like the battles are lost, then the draft that they are under the German or the Prussian commanders. Okay, the orders of the commanding officer. These are some of the bad news that have come or they have come to know from this bulletin board. Okay, so now, because seeing the crowd, he was really worried that what is the next bad news that must have been there. Then, as I hurried by as fast as I could go, the blacksmith Walter, who was there with his apprentice reading the bulletin, called after me, "Don't go so fast, Bub. You will get to your school in plenty of time." So, as he was moving fast, suddenly he found there was this blacksmith, and this blacksmith, he stopped him. Okay, and he went on to say that there is no need of going very fast. Okay, there is lots of time for him to go, right? So he does not have to be very much he does not have to rush towards the school at that moment. Okay, I thought he was making fun of me, and reached M. Hamel's little garden all out of breath. Usually, when school began, there was a great bustle which could be heard out in the street. The opening and closing of desks, lesson repeated in unison, very loud with our hands over our ears to understand better, and the teacher's great ruler rapping on the table. But now it was all so still. I had counted on the commotion to get to my desk without being seen, but of course, that day everything had to be as quiet as Sunday morning. Through the window, I saw my classmates already in their places and M. Hamel walking up and down with his terrible iron ruler under his arm. I had to open the door and go in before everybody. You can imagine how I blushed and how frightened I was. So what happened? Franz thought did not listen to the blacksmith, and he rushed to the school. Okay, and he thought that the school will be full of those noises, like usually the thing that happens every day in the school. Okay, there was a great bustle. Bustle means noise. Okay, lots of noise in the school. Okay, the children shouting, playing, the teacher rapping with the ruler, rapping on the desk. Okay, and all are reading out their lesson so loudly that they have to put their fingers on the ears to listen better or to understand better what they are reading out. Okay, so these things he thought of, and he thought that he would he would take the advantage of all these noises and this commotion, and he would very slowly enter the classroom, and Amamel will not understand. But that was not going to happen that day, isn't it? What exactly happened that day? Everything had to be as quiet as Sunday morning. Through the window he saw what his classmates already in their places, and Amamel walking up and down with his terrible iron ruler under his arm. I had to open the door and go in before everybody. You can imagine how blushed and how terrified or frightened I was. Okay, so what was the changes? Okay, what did he find when he entered the school? What did he actually find inside the school? Okay, so here this particular part of the lesson is also very much important. One question that has usually come from here, and that is, so one question that has repeatedly come, and that was, how different was the scene in the classroom on the day of the last lesson? Okay, I'm repeating the question again. How was the school different on that day? Okay, so which year this question has come? It has come again in the year 2017, and it has come in the compartment exams. Okay, in the compartment exam this question had come in the year 2017. So how was the school different on that particular day? How was it different? Because on that particular day the school was as quiet as the Sunday morning. Okay, they could see the classmates were already in the place. Am Hamel was walking up and down with his terrible iron ruler. Okay, and everything was very quiet and silent. That is very much important. Okay, that particular day the school was very quiet and silent like a Sunday morning. Okay, so he entered the classroom. He put down his hair. He was really blushing. He was very much ashamed. Okay, but nothing happened. He thought that Amamel is now going to scold him. Okay, but nothing happened. Amamel saw me and said very kindly, "Go to your place quickly, little Franz. We were beginning without you." So Amamel very politely told to Franz that he should be going and sitting in his seat because they were about to start with the lesson or with the class. I jumped over the bench and sat down at my desk. Not till then, when I had got a little over my fright, did I see that our teacher had on his beautiful green coat, his frilled shirt, and the little black silk cap all embroidered, that he never wore except on inspection and prize days. Okay, so what exactly did he see? Now this is a very important question. What changes? Okay, how was M. Hamel dressed, okay, or looked on that particular morning? This is a very important question. Okay, so what happened? He jumped over his bench, and then he saw M. Hamel. He saw his teacher very different. So the question that comes here is that you can write it down. What was unusual about M. Hamill's dress on his last day. What was unusual about M. Hamill's dress on his last day? Which years the question has come? 2017 in the compart part, okay, and 2014. These 2 years this question had come, okay. So what was different, what was so unusual about his dress? Of course we know he was wearing his beautiful green coat, okay, then his frilled shirt and the little black silk cap all embroidered, and this dress he used to wear either on the inspection day or on the prize day, okay. So this question is very important, okay. Besides, the whole school seemed so strange and solemn. But the thing that surprised me most was to see on the back benches that were always empty the village people sitting quietly like ourselves. And most interesting thing, what did M. Hamill or this little Franz had seen? He had seen that all the old men of the village occupied the back benches that day during M. Hamill's last lesson. Because why? Because they were sorry that they had not attended school more often, isn't it? So, sitting quietly like ourselves. Now, who were the persons sitting over there? Oldhauser with his three-cornered hat, the former mayor, the former postmaster, and many other. So, this is number one. Oldhauser is number one, the former mayor number two, and postmaster number three. These three people and several other older people sitting in the last benches. Everybody looked sad, and Hauser had brought an old primer thumbed at the edges, and he held it open on his knees with his great spectacles lying across the pages, okay. So everyone was looking very sad, very serious, okay. And old Hauser, he had brought his old primer and sitting there, okay, very quietly in the class, okay. While I was okay, from here the question that comes very much that has been coming very much, and you may write down the question. The question is, who occupied the back benches in the classroom, and why? So the question is, who occupied the back benches in the classroom and why? Okay, so who occupied the back benches? You already know that all the village people, okay. You have to write down their names, okay. That is Oldhauser, former mayor and postmaster, and several others. And why they were occupying the back benches? You all know the answer. To thank their teacher, okay. Number one is thank their teacher. This is the answer of why, okay. And number two, what was number two? Number two is they were sorry that they were sorry that they had not attended the school more often. They were sorry for not attending the school. They were sorry for not attending the school. And number three reason is that to pay homage to M. Hamill. So three reason is there. Though I have scribbled a lot in the screen, but I am repeating also. Please try to understand what I am saying. Number one is thank their teacher. Number two is they were sorry for not attending the school very often. And number three is to pay homage or to pay respect to M. Hamill. Okay. So these were the main three reasons why these people have gathered in the school. Okay. While I was wondering about it all, M. Hamel mounted his chair and, in the same grave and gentle tone which he had used to me, said, "My children, this is the last lesson I shall give you. The order has come from Berlin to teach only German in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. The new master comes tomorrow. This is your last French lesson. I want you to be very attentive." What a thunderclap these words were to me. I don't have to explain these lines because already these lines have been explained to you earlier. What I am concentrating more in this video lecture is, of course, important lines and some important questions. Okay, so here you find that in this line, Emily is saying that it was the last day and that it was the last French class, and from the next day onwards, a new German teacher will come and they will be teaching them only German. French will not be taught anymore in these villages of Alsace and Lorraine. Okay, so German will be their new language. Okay, and they have to learn German. And then the most important line in here, it is, what a thunderclap these words were to me. Okay, so this question had come repeatedly. This is a very, very important question. Okay, I am telling you, very, very important question. Okay, so what is the question? You may write down the question over here. The question is, why is the order from Berlin called a thunderclap by France? I'm repeating the question. Why is the order from Berlin called a thunderclap by France? How many years this question had come? Can you understand the importance? Well, I am telling you how many years this question had come. This question had first appeared in 2010, okay, 2011, 2013, 2014, 2017. So you can understand how many years this question had come. So many times this question had been repeated. Okay, oh sorry, I missed out in 2019, 2010, 2011, 2013, 2014, 2017, 2019. Okay, all these years this question had come. So you can understand why this question is very much important. Now why? What would be the answer? Okay, the announcement made by MML that there was an order from Berlin to stop teaching French and that this was their last French class, okay, or French lesson, this news seemed to be a thunderclap to France. Okay, he would no longer be able to learn French, his mother tongue. Okay, and that was the shocking news. The thunderclap means the shocking news to France. Oh, the wretches. That was what they had put up at the town hall. Okay, so that had made France understand that is the reason. Okay, this was the reason why that particular bulletin board was so very much crowded. Okay, so many people had crowded in front of the bulletin board. Okay, my last French class. Why? I hardly knew how to write. I should never learn anymore. I must stop there. Then, oh, how sorry I was for not learning my lessons, for seeking birds' eggs or going sliding on the Tsar. My books that had seemed such a nuisance a while ago, so heavy to carry. My grammar and my history of the saints were old friends now that I couldn't give up. And M. Hamel too, the idea that he was going away, that I should never see him again, made me forget all about his ruler and how cranky he was. Okay, so M. Hamel was now, Franz was now really repenting that how he had wasted his time. Okay, this part is not that much important. It is only for explanation that this Franz had understood that what a mistake he had done. He is repenting that he was not giving much importance to his lesson. Now these lessons had become his kind of friend to him. Okay, the history and the grammar has become saint and old friends of him. And M. Hamel, who was quite quite strict to them, and he had never liked MML. He really dreaded MML, or he was very much terrified of his teacher, had now appeared to him so sorrowful figure. Okay, he thought that just few minutes ago also MML had appeared to him as a cranky old man, but now he is so close. He is such a nice person to him now. Okay, such a nice teacher to him now. Well, students, I have done till this much today. That is how cranky he was. Okay, in my next video lecture, I will continue with this chapter only. I will complete this chapter. Okay, underlining each and every important line and some of the important questions and which year those questions had come. Okay, this way what will happen? At least you will have an idea. Okay, you can mark it down with your pencil in your book also, which year those questions had come, or why the questions are so important. Okay, or which questions you should give more attention to. Okay, which part of the chapter you should give more attention to. That way I hope revision, recapitulation, everything will be very much easier for you. And please save the video for because just before the board exams, if you watch this video, then it will be very much helpful to you. Okay, I hope so, right? So I hope you have understood till how much I have explained today. If still there is any doubt, please clarify it from me in the classroom. Okay, thank you, students. Study well.